Test. Oh yeah, that looks like I'm good. Okay. I'm Phil Wyman, and this is the Wild Theology podcast, where the world, the humans in it, and God are all wilder than we've been told.
That's your intro.
So, you'll get philosophy and theology and crazy stories that come from 30 years of pastoring,
Boring.
20 years of festival work,
Whatever.
and the mud and blood of wrestling with the living in the spaces angels fear to tread.
Trying to sound interesting, are we? Yeah, you think you got something to say?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the problem, dimwit.
Like I'm a lot smarter than you think.
Yeah, you tied your shoes this morning.
Whatever. We're Phil Wyman, and this is Wild Theology, where you get to argue with your own ideas.
And lose.
That's the point. If you would like to support this podcast, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Phil Wyman.
Why is this important to you? You've been working on this kind of stuff for a long time.
Well, this is like a dream come true to see so many people marching because they want to see an independent Wales.
Yeah.
Because we want the chance to govern ourselves. This is Gwyn Williams. We want to govern ourselves. We want a chance to, create our own country, not be determined by London.
Heddiw, dwi'n agos castell yn y Caenarfon ac dwi'n recordio a podcast yma. So today I'm outside in the town of Caenarfon near the castle and recording this podcast from here. You heard Menna Macrath at the beginning of this, and we were marching just a little over a week ago here in Caenarfon for Welsh Independence. About 8,000 people showed up for it. Some questions that people have asked me concerning this issue is how it is that a Christian might support this breakup of the union of the four countries of Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland, and England. And obviously, in Menna's mind, there's no problem with an independence for the country of Wales and the breakup of this union and her Christianity, because Menna and her husband Rhys are the pastors of Caenarfon, a Baptist church here in Caenarfon. In that same march, I spoke with my good friend Gwyn, and Gwyn Williams had perhaps one of the best things to say in respect to this separation or independence for the country of Wales. He did not view independence as some kind of rebellious, exclusionary thing, but rather listen to his invitation, and in some sense it sounds almost like the gospel itself.
So, what's this mean for you?
Phil, I've dreamed and prayed of the people of Wales coming together and just standing up for each other. For each other!
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter whether you speak Welsh, whether you don't speak Welsh, whether you were born here, whether you weren't. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you want to be here, we want you here. We love you. Commit to this.
Yeah. Oh.
It's a dream.
That's awesome. You can make me cry, bro.
Welsh nationalism, as we know it today, was kicked off in 1936.
The British government decided that year in 1936 to establish an RAF training and bombing base in the Llŷn Peninsula in the heart of Gwynedd, North Wales. There were protests to the tune of 500,000 Welsh people not wanting this, and the fact that the British government ignored it got a lot of Welsh interest or disinterest. And so three men, Saunders Lewis, Lewis Valentine, and DJ Williams, set fire to the building that was being set up at this RAF base. Nobody was hurt, but that was their way of saying, we don't want this. And as Christian pacifists, they obviously were protesting. Saunders Lewis was a devout Christian, and so Lewis Valentine was a Baptist pastor, and these people helped establish Plaid Cymru, the Party of Wales. Saunders Lewis was the founder of it, and with the Party of Wales, the Plaid Cymru, comes this desire for Welsh independence as part of the basis for their existence.
This is beautiful.
What you're hearing there is the chant Free Wales, Cymru Rhydd, happening during the parade. And as I marched to the parade, I also found another person, a friend of mine, John Robinson, who is a missionary to Wales. He's been living here since 1999. As of here, John is a fluent Welsh speaker, lives daily in Welsh, does most of his work in Welsh, and he doesn't seem to see a problem between supporting Welsh independence and being a Christian missionary in this nation.
Yeah. So here's an American. Mae'n byw yn Gymru am 15.
Wel, dwi wedi bod yma ers 1996. A dwi wedi bod yn dinersydd ers 2002.
Right.
A dwi wedi bod yn cefnogi Plaid Cymru ers i mi fod yn cael pleidleisio yma.
Now I'm going to put this on a podcast for Americans who don't speak any Welsh. So no, but it's good you did that. And I'm asking people, why is this moment important for you? You're an American who's here.
Right.
But this is important to you.
Well, ever since I've been here, I've supported Plaid Cymru.
Plaid Cymru, the Party of Wales.
Which has as a part of its manifesto independence.
Right.
And I've loved living here, become a citizen, settled here. And I think Wales can only really have self-determination and a future in control that they control with independence.
Right.
I think there's no other way to do it, especially with Brexit looming. And, things like that.
So this is John Robinson. He's a missionary to the Celtic lands, and he sets up missions tours.
This mini podcast can't possibly cover the topic of Welsh independence and its connection to Christian spirituality. So we'll be returning to it with a discussion about it with Rhys Lloyd, who is the pastor of Caenarfon here in Caenarfon. For now, here is a quote from the UK Christian Party, a small political party here in Great Britain. And this is what they have to say about the subject of independence. Now, they were talking about Scottish independence and the vote that happened in 2014. And their words were this: the Christian Party rejoices that the majority of Scotland's population voted in the Scottish independence referendum on 18th September 2014 to prevent the breakup of the United Kingdom. It was no thanks to the lackluster Better Together campaign, nor to the effete government of Prime Minister David Cameron, who appeared to be paralyzed and caught in the headlights of Scottish nationalistic fervour. The Christian Party supports patriotism but not nationalism, which too easy develops into unneighborly thought, speech, and behavior. Unquote. So that was what the Christian Party had to say on their website, and we're going to be looking at that topic a little bit more with Rhys Lloyd, who obviously has quite a bit of different opinion on Welsh independence and is in favor of it. And so until next time, diolch yn fawr iawn i chi o Caenarfon. Thank you to my patrons who help make these missional travels and these podcasts possible. Without you, I couldn't do it. God bless you.
If you'd like to support this project, you can do so here on Patreon for as little as $1 a release. And at the most, that's $4 a month.
Why on earth would anybody want to support us?
Well, I think we're pretty cool, and maybe some people believe in what we're doing.
Oh, come on, you believe that?
Yeah.
Don't you ever think you're just a little too weird for the average person?
Yeah, sometimes.